Hi guys, JuliAnne Murphy here, JuliAnneMurphy.com. This video is going to be a bit about something that I was inspired by today and has a lot to do with my book, Dream Job, Shattering the Glass Ceiling Comes at a Price. For those of you that know me, you probably know or have known for a while that I am not generally a churchgoer or a religious person. But through the last few months of what I've been traversing in my unbridled unbridled spirit journey with cancer, that has changed. I think for many people that would make a lot of sense. But even so, I'm not a super religious person. I am very spiritual. But today, so my husband and I have recently found a church that resonates with us, and we've been going on occasion when I feel up to it. I did feel up to it today, and so we went. And the guy that spoke a lot about keeping your eye on the Word, in this case the Bible, what God has to say, versus the wind, and not the wind beneath your wings, but the wind blowing in your face like a friggin' typhoon and a hurricane and knocking you over. And it reminded me this piece that he had to share, that's really what Dream Job is about. A lot of times, I kicked off my book tour yesterday in Barnes and Noble here in Little Rock, and I got all dressed up and went and did my thing there, and it was very positive and fun. But I felt like coming out of that some of the conversations I had there didn't really reflect the depth of what Dream Job is about. And Dream Job is really about and I'm not going to talk about why I wrote it or for whom, because that's a different video that I think I've already put out there and some of you have seen. What I went through, which ended up being chronicled in Dream Job, is what I believe every person on the planet goes through multiple times during their lives, and especially women. But here's what I was inspired to, this is the reason I was inspired to make this video today. That is that when you have so many of us, and I'm doing this totally live, so you guys just roll with me on this. There are so many times in our lives where we know where it is we're going, we think, at the beginning of the journey. And we see ourselves achieving a certain goal or getting to a certain place. And we think that's the end goal. We think that's where we're going. But the in-between, the wind and the typhoon and the hurricanes that take us down to our very base in ways we could never have anticipated. And for you and for me, I'll tell you what it meant for me during Dream Job. I took a job with a dramatic, tropical, exotic, amazing backdrop of, happened to be Panama, it could be anywhere for you. Took a job where the money was amazing. I was the promise of all these things was absolutely everything I'd always thought I would achieve. A little bit of fame, potentially, amazing exposure, opportunity to travel the world, which I did. The money was amazing. I mean, so much of what we strive for in our lives are all those things. Tick the boxes, right? Can I afford the big house? Can I get the amazing car? All that's underlying is that money. Will people know who I am? Is it going to be fun? Is it going to be a challenge? This is kind of the pinnacle. And for me, the job that I took, which led to the writing of Dream Job, was for me what I considered the pinnacle. It was everything I'd really ever wanted in my career. And here it was, this promise, and oh my gosh, I couldn't wait. So I killed myself to get it. Killed myself to get there. I got it. And then, of course, the story goes on with what happens. And frankly, I got the shit kicked out of me as a result of all the choices I made. And what happened after that, we'll have to read the book. But it struck me in hearing this sermon today that there are so many times in our lives that we think we know what we're going to get because we have killed ourselves and we think we're certain and we're going a certain direction. And we know what the end goal is going to be. And for me, the end goal was, I did get pieces of it, but I also got a whole bunch of other stuff that nearly in many ways cost me all aspects of my life. And it's in those in-between times of what hits you, the typhoon, the hurricane, the things that take you out at the knees, that bring you to this level that really ultimately reveal the person you are inside. But there are moments of that. It makes me want to cry. That you could have never expected. And that's what Dream Job is about. It's about it finding, amidst all the crap that's thrown at you, and frankly some of it resulting from the choices you have made in trying to achieve all those things, whatever it is for you, A, B, C, D, it doesn't matter. But it really, at the end, I still got all those things that I wanted to get. But man, what a journey. What a freaking journey. That's what Dream Job is about. That's what it's about. And until now, I haven't been at a place that I was ready to be this vulnerable with the world. But I am now. And I think in large part, being this vulnerable has its risks. Of course, people say, oh my gosh, are you crazy? What are you crying on film? Really? And putting that out to the world? JuliAnne, geez, pull it back, especially my Southern upbringing. But I have to tell you that it's experiences like that, and Dream Job was a huge life-changing chapter for me in my world. It is absolutely experiences like that every one of us have. Every one of us. The backdrop of mine just happened to be really dramatic with the tropics and rubbing shoulders with, Prince Andrew of the UK and the president of Panama and, billionaires and things like that. Not everybody has those dramatic backdrops, but we all have major things in our lives that threaten us to our very core, whether it's divorce, financial instability, losing all our money, losing our homes, losing best friends, losing family members, death, severe illness. We all have them. A boss that sucks. I had a couple of those in Dream Job. You can read about that. But anyway, I really felt today that I just wanted to share with you that Dream Job is much more, and for all of us, like all of us that have these things in our lives that we are living through and struggling with and wondering, gosh, did I make the right decision? Is that end game, that dream that I have, is it really possible? Did I somehow lose my way? Is this the right path? Is this the right spouse? Are these the right kids for me? Heard some of that today in the sermon. We all lose our way and we all doubt ourselves, and there's a large piece of Dream Job, that's what it's about. And finding how I found my way out of that, to come out still on top. But in the way, I did give up a lot. So those are words I wanted to share with you because of how I was moved today in the sermon. And the message is, whether or not you read Dream Job, when you think you know what you're headed towards, and then you have a vision of some kind of what will be for you, but then everything goes to shit in between. My message today is hang on. Keep your eye on the goal. You'll get there. You may look very different. You may be a very different person by the time you get there, but you'll get there. Just keep on. JuliAnneMurphy.com.